you think that just because you think the consumer's smart now and they know it's an ad and therefore it's not organic, nobody gives up if it's organic or not. They just want a solution.
Hey everyone, welcome to the S.O.B Marketing Podcast, where we celebrate the S.O.B that you are, and if you haven't figured it out yet, we mean small-owned business. We don't mean S.O.B.
Listen, we know that as a small business owner, you are working hard on the daily to keep your business fully operational while trying to promote it. And while some days it may feel like the business is owning you, if we're being honest with each other, I bet you would admit that you wouldn't give up the insanity for anything.
Our commitment here at the S.O.B Marketing Podcast is to give you the real talk, what works when it comes to advertising, marketing, promoting your business, and then what doesn't really work.
And Chelsea and I promise to always keep the conversation real.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the S.O.B Marketing Podcast. S.O.B as in small-owned business. We would never call you guys names. Really quick, just a friendly reminder, we are building a marketing cult here and would love to have you as a cult member. We want to share all of our marketing knowledge for all the small business owners that want to feel confident handling their marketing on their own in-house. So make sure that you follow us. Friendly reminder, we do something a little different here at the S.O.B Marketing Podcast. We have a TLDL section. Too long, didn't listen. So if you are strapped for time, that's totally fine. Go to that chapter. I'll give you a little synopsis of what we talked about. And then when you have the time, go back and listen to this entire conversation.
And that's direct orders.
Vivian, what are we talking about today?
All right. Today's topic is a little controversial because I hear a lot of you small business owners out there asking, are Google ads still relevant? Because a lot of you think that because we're living in a ChatGPT world, that Google ads are going to be less effective and not as useful in promoting your products and services.
Sure.
So today's conversation is going to be surrounded or is going to be centered around that.
Yes. Yeah. So, Vivian, you already gave the first bullet point, which is why are we even having this conversation? Why are we even questioning the validity of Google Ads? It's because everyone's using AI.
Yeah.
You know what? I just said everyone's using AI, but I'd like to bring up a graph, a chart that I saw the other day, and I'll probably insert it here so you guys can see it. But ChatGPT's usage plummeted in the summer months. Can you guess why?
No, there's no, I personally don't know of any reason why ChatGPT would not be used as often during June, July?
June, July, August. Girl, school.
Okay. So are we saying that students out there are ChatGPTing everything?
I mean, that's what...
Cheaters.
That's what the chart suggests.
Okay.
But I think that's really interesting because we're saying everyone's using ChatGPT, everyone's using it, but it kind of looks like a very specific type of person is using it.
Right.
And that's kind of the majority.
Well, so going back, I do want to think through the thought process.
Okay. You want to think through a thought process. Okay.
Yes. Of a small business owner who perhaps is on the side of, I'm not going to be dumping as much money, or I'm going to just strike Google ads off of my potential marketing campaigns or platforms, channels that I use to promote my business. What do you think would be a reason that they would have? I know that we just said because you think everything is moving to ChatGPT, so therefore what, people aren't going to be going to Google anymore to search for things?
Yeah, that's one of them. People are going straight to ChatGPT. Another is the rise of zero-click searches on Google.
Okay.
So that AI overview.
Okay, so if you guys don't know what Chelsea is talking about here, if you go to Google right now on your phone and you type in how to build a chicken coop.
Okay.
Because I know you love this example.
Can I just say, I don't understand why Tim wants a chicken coop when you have chickens.
Yeah.
Our neighbors have chickens. Our neighbors behind us have chickens. You have access
to chickens.
To chickens. We do not also need chickens. We're fine.
Maybe that's why he wants a chicken coop.
No. I'm vetoing it.
So if, let's say, you go to Google and you type in how to build a chicken coop.
Okay.
That AI overview, whereas before in, let's say, 2022, what would happen is you would get a list of just websites that contained content related to building a chicken coop.
Sure.
And you would have to go through the individual links, right, to figure out which is the best resource. Now, with the AI overview, it's embedded in Google. And what it will do is at the very top, it will generate a very brief synopsis, step by step, of how to build the chicken coop. And it will link the resource or the, what do you call it?
The blog, the website link.
Whatever it is that it's pulling that content from.
Yeah.
So AI is basically doing the work for you. So to tie this into what Chelsea brought up, which is the no-click, people are saying that because that AI because that AI overview now is integrated into Google, it means that people aren't even going to scroll down to where the websites are to click on the individual websites. Maybe there's some validity. There might be a dip in people not clicking through. But like we said, we want to have the discussion today about why Google is just as effective now in 2025 as it's ever been.
Yeah, and Vivian, can I just say something about the AI overview and like AI in general? It's still not always right.
Yes.
I have a prime example. Okay, so first off, Vivian. Okay, you'll see this? I don't know if you saw that. Okay, let me...
If you guys are listening to the audio version only, Chelsea literally just held up a postcard up to, or a note card up to the
Yes. What do you think this says, Vivian?
So I'm going to describe it verbatim. It says, spelled out, BBNO $.
Yeah, what do you think that means? What do you think that says?
BB no $. Okay. Is it supposed to say something else?
Okay, so this is baby no money.
Okay. You're missing so many letters in here. How does that say
baby?
But that's BB. That's not baby.
Okay, it's baby and then no and then money.
Okay.
So it's baby no money.
Is this like a 20-year-old thing?
He's a rapper. Okay. He's popular. Okay, here's my point for bringing this up. So I follow Baby No Money on Instagram, and he posted a reel about how, according to Google, he has a son. Because if you Google, does Baby No Money have a son? The AI overview pulls up saying yes and references a post that he made in 2022. It was just a joke post where he's like, oh, my son is sick, help me, or something like that. Like, it's not a real, it was a joke.
He was joking.
It was fake. So according to Google, he has a son. Now, I was interested. I'm like, okay. So for this episode, I Googled it again this morning. Does Baby No Money have a son? Yes. It still says yes. And now it pulls up the video of him saying, according to Google, I have a son, as the reference.
So the underlying takeaway here is what? That
it's wrong.
Well, that AI can't tell the difference between a joke.
Yes.
Right? So, and it also, I mean, for it to reference the video he made about like how AI thinks that he has a kid and he doesn't have a kid, it also means that somehow they're crawling the video, but it doesn't know.
Yeah. Well, and I can see from a logical point, from a computer's point of view, he doesn't say, no, this isn't true or anything like that. Like, he just says, according to AI overview, I have a son. Right. But he doesn't say yes or no. So they're taking it
contest it.
Yeah, he doesn't contest it. So, the computer's not going to know.
Well, this is a very good point because, like we said, AI, ChatGPT, all of the stuff that we are now using that we deem as being, does it make our processes a lot quicker? Yes.
Yes.
Can it be used as tools to help us come up with something, in a matter of minutes? Absolutely.
Yeah.
It could cut down the time that we spend on ideation, like thinking about stuff. The only thing is that they're still working on it. They're still tweaking it. And it's still not a definitive, like, it works 100% of the time.
I think we should not be calling this AI. Okay. And I've had this conversation with my best friend Maya, who's in the tech industry. Artificial intelligence, that's not what ChatGPT is. It's a learning language model. Yes. So it is crawling things, finding similarities, and giving you that information. It does not have the ability to actually think and understand and weed out satire, weed out things that are obviously wrong, because it's not intelligent.
So what you're saying is
it's just a processing model.
I don't have to be polite anymore when I use ChatGPT and say, can you please reframe?
You know what? You never know,
I make it a habit because I'm like, when the robots come alive, I want to be sure I'm on the right side of history with them.
Absolutely. Vivian, I also want to bring up, since right now we're not like poo-pooing on AI, but I hope you guys understand, we're explaining why Google ads are still relevant and AI has not like made them, what's the word I'm looking for?
Extinct.
Sure, extinct. Google ads are still relevant. Here's the thing. In one of our community calls recently,
which, by the way, if you guys didn't know, we have a membership community. So if you want to join, you can for $50 a month. So we talk all things marketing and then also talk about your marketing.
Yeah, and what you want to do. And we give you ideas and stuff like that. But we specifically brought a chart, which I will also add in this video, of where ChatGPT, where these language learning processors and all this stuff, where they are getting their information. Okay. Number one source is Reddit.
Y'all, I don't know. When's the last time y'all been down the rabbit hole called Reddit? Because let me tell you, I'm on it quite a bit. And wow, people can say
whatever they want.
Whatever they want. It's kind of like, Wikipedia's gotten a little better at it. But, Wikipedia was also on that list. It was like, I want to say second or third.
Yes, Google was maybe fourth.
Yeah. So, okay. To wrap this up in a pretty bow, what Chelsea here is just connecting the dots on is the fact that we are putting so much weight to the information that ChatGPT, or what's the other one? Grok. Okay, that these AI things are giving us without also keeping in mind that the sources they are mostly referencing to regurgitate or reply, come up with these answers is Reddit, Wikipedia. Yeah, Google's on there, maybe like number 4. And then what was the other one that was interesting? It wasn't Snapchat. What was it?
I'd have to pull it up.
I think Reddit was the most surprising one.
Yeah, Reddit. The fact that Reddit was number 1.
Yeah. And I never want to assume that anybody knows what these things are. If you're unfamiliar with Reddit, just know it's basically a public forum. Anybody can create a profile, and literally you find these communities based off of topics that you're interested in, and you go in there and you can post. You literally can post anything. Yeah. Okay, there are some things that will get flagged, but you can make shit up all day long and post it on there. And if that's what ChatGPT is referencing, then, I feel like there needs to be an asterisk next to any of the stuff that you're using as like factual information. All right, so the other, since you brought up, go ahead.
I don't know if I'll add this in because I feel like we've talked a lot about AI being wrong. But I was listening to a TikTok the other day, a TikTok on Instagram.
Makes sense.
Yeah. And the girl was saying she works at an escape room. And a lot of people were coming to the escape room and then getting pissed off that GPT couldn't tell them how to get out. Why would it know how to get you out?
Well,
it's not, there's no place for it to pull information from.
I mean, I don't get it. I mean, same people that when doomsday comes, they're going to be ChatGPTing how to survive without electricity or whatever.
I'm just coming here.
Yeah. Okay, so the other graph, though, that I want to bring up is this was a conversation we also had in the community as well, which I think is relevant. When we actually look at where ChatGPT falls in line with where people are conducting searches.
Yes.
Okay, so what the graph showed was it actually ranked all of the platforms that people go to do the most searches.
Yes, it was daily searches.
Yes.
Volume.
Yes. Okay, what was at the top of that list, Charles?
Google.
Yeah.
Google's number one by a mile, by a long shot.
Yes, and we, as you know, have also brought up in previous conversations, TikTok is also growing, as is Snapchat. People go to Snapchat for whatever reason, y'all. I don't have a Snapchat. I don't know what y'all are sharing over there, but apparently they're going to Snapchat to ask for specific questions or queries. What's interesting, though, is, was I surprised that Google is still king? No. But I was surprised at the amount of, I don't want to say space, but the delta between where Google was in the graph and where ChatGPT was, because ChatGPT is the shiny new thing that we all talk about. And if we're having part of this conversation where people are saying, hey, forget about Google ads because now everyone is using ChatGPT to search for stuff, ChatGPT was towards the bottom of the list.
Yes.
So the delta, the fact that, it shows up on the list, congratulations, but it still has a ton of work to do in regards to catching up and surpassing Google.
Yes.
Can
I just say, number 2 was Instagram, correct?
I don't remember.
I believe it was Instagram. I will be adding the graph to the YouTube video, so reference that. For those of you who are not watching on YouTube and just listening to this episode, Instagram is in fact number 2 or second on this graph for daily searches. I'm sorry. I'm like 90% sure it was Instagram, but what was second place doesn't matter as much as the gap between Google being first and whatever was second
was huge.
Was significant.
Yeah. And the reason we want to just reiterate that is because could Google ads be less effective in 10 years? Possibly. We don't know. What I will say is Google also owns YouTube. I don't know what y'all think is going on these platforms. It's all data collecting, okay?
Yeah.
What do they use that data for? To dump money into Google. Let me remind you guys that Google is also a business, okay? When you look at how much money Google brought in from ad revenue alone, meaning the money that they make off of businesses like us who run ads on Google, in 2024, that number was $264 billion, okay? Not even million, you guys. Billion, okay?
Do you think Google is going to allow their ads to no longer be relevant?
No. And
when there's that much money involved, they make that much money, they're going to make sure that even with their AI overview and everything, people are still clicking on those Google ads.
Absolutely. It may look a little differently, so maybe the strategy changes a little bit as you move into creating your Google ad campaign, but it's still relevant, it is still effective, and people are still every single day logging in to Google. That's the first place they're going to make these searches. So, just remember, if eventually that morphs and changes, which I mean, I would be hard pressed to think that Google's going to allow $264 billion to just kind of slip through the cracks.
Yeah.
It's going to be a progression that you're going to see over time. So that way you have time to pivot and adjust your marketing.
Yes, absolutely. Let's move on from AI.
Yes.
Because we've spent a lot of time talking about AI, and I don't want us to get off track when it comes to what we're originally talking about, which is Google Ads are still relevant, and Google Ads are still a good marketing opportunity for small businesses. It's more effective than SEO.
Okay.
I hate to say it, y'all. SEO, very important. It is something you should still definitely be working on.
SEO, search engine optimization.
Yes, search engine optimization. Here's the thing. Search engine optimization is a long-term game.
Yes.
Okay. You are not going to see the effects of SEO a month in. Not even a month in. Maybe not even a year in. It is a long-term game of building your websites, your profiles, your blog posts to make sure that they are optimized for search engines, for searches.
Whereas, a Google ad, let's say you had $500 burning a hole in your pocket. If you go in there and you actually create a campaign that's based on behavior, right?
Yep.
The search person's behavior online, or keywords, long tail keywords, all of that stuff, you could actually get a positive return on investment with that $500, meaning you'll get $500 and then some, right?
Yeah.
In a short period of time,
Yes.
as opposed to SEO, which is, like you said, it's more of like a month to month to month consistent game.
Exactly. And let's think about it like this. SEO, your overall goal is to appear as high up or as top. How would you phrase that?
To appear in the top search results.
Okay, sure. SEO, you want to appear in the top search results organically. That's what SEO is. Okay, Google Ads, you're that first result immediately.
Yes. And so here's the other part, Chelsea. What do you say to people that are like, well, if I run a Google ad, people are going to know it's an ad?
People don't care.
Yeah.
People see ads all the time. They just want the answer to whatever they're looking for.
Well, and here's the thing. I think the last figure I saw was actually around like 70% or something.
Okay.
When they were doing the research, they found that 70% of the people that click on the ads actually click on it not by mistake, but because they feel like that link has the answer to their problem. Okay. So
they know it's an ad.
Yes. They know it's an ad. They're okay with it. But the reason they follow through, actually click on it, is because either that is a product or a service that is going to solve the problem they're having.
Yes.
Right. So take, for example, if I have bad posture and I'm looking on Google search, I'm like, what can I do to improve my posture? And an ad pops up from one of those little like strap things that you put on your shoulder. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
It's like a little chest strap, but what it does is it tightens you up and it forces you to sit up straight.
Okay, sure.
So if that day I'm looking through the searches and at the very top of the Google searches that pops up, and I'm like, you know what, for $15, because it says the price on the ad, for $15, I'm willing to spend it and it's going to solve my problem if I wear it every day, then I'm buying it. Yeah. I click on it because it has the solution that I'm looking for.
Yes. People see ads all day long. People know when things are an ad.
Definitely don't let it detour you just because you think the consumer or potential customer is smart. Deter. That's what I said.
I thought you said detour.
I might have said detour.
Sorry.
Don't let it whatever you. If you think that just because you think the consumer's smart now and they know it's an ad and therefore it's not organic, nobody gives up if it's organic or not. They just want a solution.
Stop wasting your time Googling how to market my small business.
Join the S.O.B community. Get templates, expert advice, weekly Zoom calls with us, and a supportive group of other business owners for, get this, just $50 a month.
Marketing doesn't have to be hard when you have help. Head over to www.school.com/SOB. That's SKOOL.com/SOB, all lowercase. Join today and feel confident in your marketing. Vivian, can we also talk about how Google ads are like the king of ads when it comes to targeting?
Yes.
And analytics. I mean, the amount of analytics you get when you run a Google ad, there are a bunch of times where people don't even know what half the analytics mean, you know?
Yeah, I don't know when the last time was you guys have done a Google ad, but they've changed the dashboard a couple times, right? And the last time I was on this dashboard, I was like, what? It is giving me so much information that literally it took me a good 40 minutes just to walk through it because I wanted to see what all of the options were.
Sure.
Probably a little too much. I don't think as a small business owner, you're going to be looking at every single thing there.
Yeah.
But it is nice to be able to have those analytics. And then on top of it,
The targeting,
yes. So I briefly brought up the fact that Google owns YouTube. Between the ads, the data they collect with the ads that people run on Google, between the Google searches itself and all of the information they're collecting with how people are navigating through the internet, and on top of it, the information they're getting from YouTube, you guys, you have a lot of options, okay? So if you want to narrow down your Google ad, you more than certainly can.
Yeah, I mean, let's name a few things. We got gender, age, household income, what they're searching for, their parental status, their interests, their habits, whether they're empty nesters or...
Yes.
Yeah, there's no excuse for not niching down your target audience when it comes to Google Ads.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I also love, yesterday I built a Google ad and it was targeting a very specific area. I did it by zip code. Okay. Yeah. So I can include certain zip codes. I could exclude other zip codes. And I really like being able to narrow it down because we always, or at least I always think of marketing as, you have a small pot of money, that's your marketing budget. And what you're trying to do is the more money that you can ensure goes directly to a customer that is aligned with what you sell, then the better, right? So you're trying to lower that that wasteful spending of targeting people that are never going to buy from you, right? Because they're just not your target audience. Yeah. So when it comes to that, Google Ads is right up there, okay? You could get pretty specific, you guys.
Yeah. Vivian, I want to pivot a little bit. I want to explain why I think small business owners should 100% try Google Ads right now. I think now's the best time to do it.
Okay.
Because a lot of bigger brands are moving away from Google Ads right now.
Ain't that the truth?
Was it Amazon?
Yeah, this was big in the marketing world, and we hope you guys can appreciate that Chelsea and I live, eat, breathe marketing.
We really do.
Yes, so we are up to date reading stuff. We like knowing what's going on, so that way you don't have to, okay? Yeah. We spend our time doing it so you don't. And one of the biggest pieces of news last month, it was in August, was that they had caught wind that Amazon was actually dropping their ads on Google. Now, the reason this was really huge was for two reasons. Let me tell you, the first one's kind of conspiracy theory, and y'all know I love me a good conspiracy theory.
Okay, let's hear it.
Marilyn Manson was murdered.
Marilyn Manson? The singer? Were you trying to say Marilyn Monroe? Oh my God.
The conspiracy theory around Amazon dropping the Google ads was the last time that they did this was actually right before COVID. So everyone's like, oh, is this like a, indication of what's to come? That complete conspiracy theory, we're not buying into that, okay? There is no prediction of what's happening in the future. What I will say, the second takeaway was, it was such big news because Amazon, being a huge business that buys up all of these keywords, usually drives the cost up on some of the keywords. And so,
because Google Ads is a bidding war.
Yes.
So you're paying to show up for those keywords, but the amount of people, the price depends on the amount of people who are bidding on that keyword. So the more people, the more the money goes up.
So if I were a small business that was selling a product that Amazon also happened to be selling, and Amazon had those particular keywords, kind of locked down because they got endless pockets to throw at it, right? And you have such a limited budget, then you would be paying more anytime you showed up in those results, as an ad. So some people, they could pay $2, $3 per keyword or per click. And that's very high. You don't want to be paying that much, right? But some keywords are just more expensive.
Yes.
Amazon drops out. All of a sudden, the biggest person with the deepest pockets isn't there. Well, that means those costs are going to go down. And this was very exciting news for businesses that wanted some of those keywords that they were bidding against Amazon on. Yeah. So it was, you're right. Now is a good time for people to try Google Ads if they haven't.
Yes. We're all for Google Ads. That's what this episode is about. I do want to remind everyone, Google Ads are work. It's a marketing initiative like no other. And there's a little more of an investment of time that goes into Google Ads, because for them to be as effective as possible, you need to constantly tweak them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to monitor them. That's what you need to do. You don't want to just kind of set it, forget it. And
this is not a set it and forget it marketing initiative.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to be upfront about that. We are all for it, but we also want to give you all the information. So just a heads up. Because we are also telling you guys about Google Ads, let's talk a little bit about keywords, because keywords are extremely important. They are the bread and butter when it comes to Google Ads. Long tail keywords are the best, especially now with AI, because people are getting way more granular with their searches.
Yes.
So a long tail keyword is like a phrase where you have more information in there, more details. A short keyword would be something like combat boots.
Right, okay? Very generic.
Very generic. A long tail keyword is going to be black, knee length, lace up, high heel combat boots. All of the information. So that when you are building out a Google ad, that's what you want to focus on. Also consider negative keywords. So negative keywords are when you put in a keyword that you specifically don't want to show up for.
Yeah. Super important.
Yeah. Let's say you're a luxury brand. Your negative keyword would be cheap, right? Because you don't want to show up for someone who's looking for a cheap option. That's not you.
Or affordable or something like that. Yeah. Anything that might indicate that, like, I'm looking for cost savings.
Yes. If you're a luxury brand, you don't want that kind of person, right? Yeah. Exactly. So negative keywords can be as helpful as a long-term detailed keyword.
So before Chelsea gives you the wrap up here, what our main point really is we're not telling you, because you guys know your small business and your product and service better than anybody else. We're not telling you that Google Ads is a must for your business. What we are saying is, do not write it off. Don't cross it off your list just because you think that Google Ads, or maybe you've heard or you've read or while you're perusing Instagram, someone made a video that said Google ads are just not where it's at anymore and, they're not effective. Completely false. We do want you to at least consider them as an option because they are so great in all of the ways that we had stated. So, Chelsea, with that being said, can you give us the TLDL?
I absolutely can. Okay, so TLDL, too long, didn't listen. If you skipped ahead to this chapter, that's great. When you have time, go back and listen to the entire conversation. Today, we talked about whether Google ads are still relevant. Yes. They are still relevant. ChatGPT and all these AI programs have not made it redundant. They are still a good use of your time if you are willing to put in the time for them. We are not saying 100% do them. You guys know your small business better than anyone, so we just don't want you to write off Google ads.
Perfect. Totally agree.
Perfect. Okay, well, thank you guys for listening. Make sure you are a part of the marketing cult and you are following us or subscribed wherever you're listening. Make sure you leave us a review and you can leave us a voice message on the website.
We want to hear your voice.
Yes, SOBmarketing.com. You can ask us a question. We will answer it on air.
That's it.
That's it. And go be the best SOB you can be.